And can you speak more about what your own area of research is?
Yeah, essentially, for over 20 years now, we've been studying a particular type of bacterium that was isolated from soil and mud. The strain that we've really focused on was isolated in mud along the Kyoga Nile River in Uganda in the early 70s. And it was originally shown in a Nature Medicine paper that this particular strain of bacterium, which is Mycobacterium vaccae, could prevent against allergic airway inflammation in models of allergic asthma in mice. And it does so by promoting the induction of what are called regulatory T cells that produce anti-inflammatory cytokines like interleukin-10 and TGF-beta. And we reasoned that some negative outcomes of stress exposures could also be prevented by immunizing with these bacteria if the negative outcomes depend on inappropriate inflammation. And that's what we're finding in many of our studies that we've conducted over the last 20 years or so.
Wonderful. And are you seeing this played out at all? I know you're based at the University of Colorado. Are you working in partnership with places where this is actually having some kind of effect? And just kind of wondering of how this is translating, how the research is translating.
Yeah, so we've working with Dr. Lisa Brenner at the VA in Denver. We've been conducting clinical trials. Our first trial was in US veterans with PTSD and mild traumatic brain injury. We're currently conducting an R1 NIH R1 funded trial to look at an immunoregulatory probiotic in treatment of US veterans with PTSD. That's a 5-year trial. We're currently initiating year 4 of the trial, and so that's ongoing. And our initial results are very promising. And so we would like to progress to using the types of bacteria interventions that for which we have the most evidence of um, prevention and treatment of these stress-related psychiatric disorders, but that simply requires a higher level of um, regulatory approval that we hope to achieve in the near future. It's also quite expensive because we have to manufacture this material under GMP and GLP conditions, and that's something that we're actively working on now.